What's happening, peoples? Back again with another highly anticipated video that will be included in 31 Days of Horror, of course, hosted on CountCrewPublications.com, all in honor of the rave, which will be released on Halloween 2019. Of course, that date is rapidly approaching. Now, this video, I'm trying to do a little something different here because I'll actually be reviewing two movies in one. So, good luck to all of you who bear through this because it'll probably be longer than the average video. But I'll do my best with it. The movie in question is the Canadian horror film by the name of Rabid. The movie was originally released in the early 1980s, 1981-ish perhaps, and the remake just came out recently. I believe it was either 2017 or 2018, just came out recently. So I like to cover both of those movies because they're two very interesting movies that I actually enjoyed quite a bit. So let's get into it. These particular movies are well suited for the two-in-one kind of deal because they actually maintain the same theme across both movies, which of course a lot of remakes do, so nothing real special there, but I thought it was pretty cool and would be a little bit easier for me to do this. Now the core theme is a young woman. She's involved in a very horrific motorcycle accident where she has very severe facial damage. Like her face is fucked. Like a good portion of her body is fucked actually in the first one. She has severe extreme skin damage to the point where if she doesn't get treatment, she'll pretty much look like a freak more or less with her fucking skin missing. Like, 'cause it's pretty fucking brutal. And the remake did a very good job at portraying how serious this accident was because she looked pretty freaky in the second one. So after surviving this accident, she gets an operation to get her beauty back, so to speak. Get some facial reconstruction with the aid of an experimental procedure and experimental drugs that put her back together again like Humpty Dumpty and shit. All seems well initially because she looks like her old self pretty much. Everything seems to go well with the operation. But lo and behold, everything is not what it seems, and there are some severe side effects because of this experimental drug that she was pretty much a fucking guinea pig for. Of course, the shit is not approved by the Canadian FDA. I don't know what you call the motherfuckers, but it's some underground, shadier type of shit. But she was desperate, pretty young girl, so she was pretty much down for whatever they can do to, fix her up so she can be out here in public without scaring motherfuckers. So the side effects are pretty extreme. She becomes like a savage more or less. She's like fiending for blood and shit, and she has no control over herself. Like, while she does have she feels good physically, she's like starved for blood, and I guess Rabid is a perfect description for how she feels after receiving this miracle procedure. Cause she just started gorging on motherfuckers, attacking people and shit, and it's like a strand of rabies. Is how the fucking the side effects act and shit. Like when she interacts with somebody, she kissing on the motherfucker, she bite his lip or whatever. Whoever she fucking bites or pricks or whatever, they become infected with this rabies-like virus, and their side effects are even more extreme to the point where they're like zombies and they're just out of control and they out here fucking munching on motherfuckers and shit. Now her side effects aren't extreme to that degree, which I thought was pretty weird, but all that stuff gets explained as we venture deep into the movies, and ulterior motives are revealed, and we understand a little bit more about this procedure and the experimental drugs that were involved. So all of that core fucking foundation is retained across both movies. Of course, the major difference is the actors in the movie. Of course, the older one, the main star in the movie, is the late great Marilyn Chambers, who's actually earned her name in the pornography business, which I thought was very interesting because when I know of Marilyn Chambers, when I first saw her, she did softcore porn movies. And I was even more surprised to know that she actually started off in conventional porn, which we probably know better as hardcore porn, where she's sucking dick, getting fucked in the ass, and all that good shit. So it's pretty cool to see that she was able to transition not only into softcore porn, but into what I guess we can consider mainstream acting. Of course, it's only a Canadian horror film, but I still think that's a pretty significant accomplishment because porn stars tend to carry a stigma that follows them no matter what they do post porn career. So that was pretty cool. The other thing that the remake did that was pretty different was they kind of fleshed out the characters a bit. Like the original version, shit starts happening pretty fast. Like as soon as the movie comes on, she has the accident and she's fucked up and shit just gets going right away. Like they don't really waste time. In the remake, they take a little bit more time to introduce the character, let us know who she is, what she does for a living. We get to know some of her co-workers, her best friend, who's kind of like a sister to her because she was raised by her family. I think her old girl's parents was the main character's foster parents, so she kind of kept close ties with her, whatever. So at first I wasn't sure about that because the way it started off was a little bit cheesy, and I'm thinking I kind of preferred them getting straight into the action like they did in the original. But as the movie unfolded and whatnot, I thought it was all pretty well done. Now back to the characters. There are some very interesting characters in this movie. More specifically, the actors portraying these characters. And that includes one Phillip Brooks, aka CM Punk, former professional wrestler of WWE and Ring of Honor fame. Not to be outdone is his beautiful wife, AJ Menendez, who of course we all know as AJ Lee from the WWE. They both have small roles in this movie, but I thought it was pretty cool to see them both in there. I thought they did fairly well. Punk was I thought he was coming off a little bit too douchey. But when I look back on CM Punk, he always had this douchey vibe to him. So I would say he was right in his element. And if you're not a Punk fan, you might think it's pretty cool to see CM Punk get his ass killed and zombie Punk because he becomes one of the fucking rabies infected zombies who's going around trying to chew motherfuckers' face off. that shit was pretty damn entertaining. And of course, we have the directors of the remake. They're also in this movie playing a small role, and that is the Soska sisters. I don't know their names, like Jen and Jane, or Betty and Barbara Soska, whoever the fuck their names are. But there are a pair of filmmakers who are on the rise. I guess they're from Canada or whatever, because they seem to do quite a few Canadian films. For example, they directed the sequel to See No Evil, starring WWE's Kane. I thought they did just alright with that one. I wasn't overly impressed with it, but it wasn't terrible. They did another movie I recently watched called Dead Hooker in the Trunk, which kind of sucked, but it was alright. They also did American Mary, which had some potential, but kind of fell flat in the end, but it was alright. I would say this was definitely the best movie they did. As far as taking the basic premise of the original, staying true to what made it so interesting and entertaining, but fleshing it out, expanding on it, and adding new components, I thought they did that very, very well. As far as the ulterior motive and the fuckery and what's really going on with this experimental drug, they added a bunch of new shit to that was way out of the fucking out to lunch and shit, so to speak. I don't know how I feel about it, but it was different, it was bold, and it was goddamn interesting, man. So I gotta give them credit for that. And one thing I gotta say on another note, which isn't all that important, but important to me, the more I see these two sisters, the more I am fucking impressed at how fucking hot they are. When I first saw them and shit, I thought they looked kind of goofy and shit. But in this movie, well, they kind of like two slutty ass fashion models and shit. So they dress all kind of in this scantily leather gear, and they shapely as fuck, and they got them little fat booties on them. They some hot little bitches. I gotta give them that. So I gotta say, with the filmmaking getting better each time out, or at least each time I come across it, and the fact that they looking hotter and hotter, I gotta say that I'm a fan of the Soska sisters. So there you have it, Rabid, the original and the remake. Pretty different movies, yet they carry the same thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. If you like horror movies and you haven't seen this one, or you're a fan of the original, I highly recommend checking out the remake, because it was pretty damn cool. To the point where I could actually say it was a good movie, and I don't say that a lot. So check it out. Peace.